Hi, my name is James Guy Garish, and today I'll be informing you about the topic of the Big Three in golf. In the early 1950s, TV, radio, and the general public did not know much about the game of golf other than the fact that it was a sport mainly for the rich and the wealthy because of the expense you had to pay for memberships, clubs, clothes, and the fact that it really took up a lot of time and you didn't make money from it, and the crowds weren't that large compared to they are today. Unlike football and baseball, that sport was kind of a minor sport and did not receive a lot of coverage. But once TVs truly came out and when the boom came out, golf took off with it because of the Big Three. The Big Three were Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and Gary Player. These three men, with their own personalities, style, and skill sets, brought to the fact of how these three men influence and change the way golf is played today, and how men act both on and on the golf course today is all because of these three men. Now, I will go in order from not necessarily their winnings or their skill sets, but just in the order to explain my favorite player at the end, and just to show that these three men are very hard to put in order from 1, 2, or 3. They are all in their equal ways both great and have influenced the game of golf. All about the same, and there's no real way to line these men up fairly. The first is Gary Player, or as many people call him, the Black Knight. He's from South Africa and is known for having the most wins of any international player or any golfer in his own right. I mean, no other golfer has won as many times as he has, only internationally. And he has also won many in the United States. It's not like he didn't win here. He won over 50 times here and has won over 100 times internationally. He is an incredible player of the game. But surprisingly, he wasn't that big of a guy. He was the shortest man on the golf course about 90% of the time. But he had a work ethic that allowed him to win both here in the United States and internationally, just because of how he went about his game. He knew that he could beat anybody, and he didn't care how he did it. And that is why he's one of the greatest guys, because it showed that it doesn't matter how big or small you are, you can win if you just put your mind to it and you just go about your business and let them face you afterwards after the round is over. And he showed that it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you put your work into it and try your hardest, that you can win. And that is why he's one of the top 3 men on anyone's golf lesson. That's why he succeeded so well back in that time. Second man is Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus is the Golden Bear. He won 18 major championships and was one of the wealthiest men when it comes to actual golfing winnings, just because of the fact he won 18 majors. Majors had almost a 20 to 30% money increase because they were majors, and he won the most of them he won twice as many majors as Gary Player. He was the greatest man out there. He was the one to beat. He had 18 first place wins, and he had about 18 second place. So he had a crazy amount when it came to major championships. He was the guy to beat, and he is the reason why so many people became attracted to the game of golf, because everyone wanted to be like him. They all had nice personalities, and he was the one that everyone wanted to be because he won national championships. And the reason why he is the Golden Bear is because he's won so much. Now, the golden part is due to the fact that he wore yellow every Sunday. Gary Player, when I say he's the Black Knight, he won black every Sunday. Sorry that I did not mention that earlier, but he was called the Golden Bear because he wore yellow every Sunday. That's the reason why he did that is for another time, but he was the reason everybody wanted to wear yellow, is because he wore it and he won a lot. He is third on the list for wins in the United States, and he won a lot internationally combined with those. And that is why he is one of the top 3 men, both in that era and in the era today, and is considered one of the greatest golfers of all time. Now, the last man is my favorite, just because it's Arnie, the king. They call him the king for a reason. He was the man everybody wanted to be, more than Gary Player or Jack Nicklaus, because of his style of the play of the game and his success both on and off the golf course. He is the oldest of the 3 by about 10 years. He started his career about 10 years earlier before them, but it didn't matter. He won as soon as he got out there. He won while they were all 3 playing. He did everything. He won his first one in Canada, and he was the first one to lose to Jack Nicklaus in the U.S. Open. Jack Nicklaus beat him in a playoff, and that was the strand they won from that point on. For the next 27 years, they both won a golf tournament every year. But the reason why Arnie was such a fan favorite was because of his style. His, I'm going to beat you, and I don't care how. His go for broke. He was going to hit it where he wanted to, and he was going to be as aggressive as possible to beat you. And that's why so many people loved him. Plus, whenever his friend died, he went and joined the Army. And that what inspired so many people to like him, because he went to the Army, he went and served, and then came back and still won in golf, and spawned the term Arnie's Army, because he went to the Army. And that is why so many people follow him today. Now, these men each have their own personal website if you would like to go see them. It's GaryPlayer.com, JackNicklaus.com, or ArnoldPalmer.com, I believe, is actually all of them. They each have their own personal website to go learn more about them if you would like to, and this is where I got most of my information about them today. These 3 men have created a huge impact on our lives today and has influenced the game of golf incredibly. They have inspired many people to follow them and have spawned so many things. It's unbelievable how these men have even done these things when they did. I hope to accomplish just a few things that they did. It doesn't matter what. I just hope they are the men they were off the course.